Hi everyone, Emma Davidson here for the Global Value Fund. As you may have seen, the company has just released its half-year accounts. This is a 5-minute video that hopefully hits the highlights of these interim financials. GVF has had another good 6 months. Total shareholder returns at GVF were up 6.1% over the 6-month period. As a comparison, international equities in Australian dollars were up half that at 3.6%. Global bonds in Australian dollars were down 0.3%. The US market was up 1.1%. And the technology giants of Facebook, Amazon, Apple, Netflix, and Google were down 10.9% in Australian dollar terms. The Steady Eddie, that is GVF, maintained a dividend of 3.3 cents per share fully franked for the half, or 6.6 cents per year, which, if fully franked, grosses up to 9.4 cents for the year. That grossed up yield sits at around 8% on the current share price. And remember, that's an 8% yield from a lower risk portfolio than a traditional basket of international shares. Another comment I'd make from the financials is around the sustainability of the company's dividend. On page 6 of the interim financial report, the profit reserve now sits at more than $44 million. This means that even if the company made no more profits from here on in, it would still be able to pay that level of dividend to shareholders well into 2026. In terms of the company's available franking, there is the equivalent of 9 cents of fully franked dividends available. As GVF continues to make money for shareholders, so this franking balance should increase. Another highlight for me in the annual report is Miles's letter to investors. As usual, his letter is detailed, articulate, and provides an insight into how Miles and the portfolio management team think about life. It's worth reminding investors that GVF has access to a highly qualified and experienced investment team that work around Miles. Mark Ambrose, James Dow, and Marius Charalambos have all played a part in the investing success that GVF has enjoyed. Going back to Miles's letter, and he continues on the inflation theme. He highlights the fact that 2022 saw one of the fastest policy tightening cycles on record, and how there was simply nowhere to hide, with almost every asset class falling over the calendar year 2022. Miles then talks about how GVF fared, and helpfully, the company did well. For the calendar year 2022, GVF's adjusted NTA returns and shareholder total returns were both positive 0.4%. This compared very favorably to global share and bond market returns, both of which were down 13% and 11.5% respectively. Our recent investment performance hopefully demonstrates the value of holding GVF as part of a wider investment portfolio. While not immune to broader financial market conditions, the ability to generate healthy investment returns, regardless of the prevailing market weather, is tangible. Pre-tax NTA for the December half was up 8.1%. And once again, the biggest contributor to the company's returns over the half was the discount capture strategy, which generated gross returns of 6.6%. Miles ends his letter with the table of the company's NTA returns since inception. As a reminder to all shareholders, all of GVF's NTA returns are publicly available on the company's website, which you can see here at the top of the page, www.globalvaluefund.com.au/historical investment returns. On here, the monthly returns and then the annual returns for GVF since inception in 2014 can all be easily viewed. What's more, all the data can be downloaded at the click of this button. which creates this file, an Excel spreadsheet, which you can save and analyze at your leisure. GVF continues to analyze at more than 10% per annum after all fees and expenses. But one of the most guiding, important principles for Miles, myself, and the team, and something I hope is visible from these interim results, is that we remain acutely aware of the fact that the capital we are investing represents your savings. To the extent we can, our process seeks to mitigate the risk of capital losses through diversification and thoughtful risk management, a discipline that we will always adhere to. Thank you to all our shareholders in GVF. We would not be here if it wasn't for you.